This donut has about 350 calories and barely any protein. But our Boston Cream Pie Fonuts, just 199 calories and 10 grams of protein. Your favorite breakfast sweet treat without the guilt. Yes, please. It's soft, creamy, chocolatey, and gives you all the Boston Cream Pie vibes, FFC style. Hey Fit Foodies, I'm Kristen Blumetti, macro-friendly recipe chef and one half of the Fit Foodie Chicks. Around here, we keep meal prep simple with easy to make recipes that anyone can handle. And trust me, if my business partner Jackie, who hates to cook and calls herself a self-proclaimed dummy in the kitchen, can make these recipes, so can you. Here in the Fit Foodie Kitchen, we share low-calorie, high-protein recipes that are simple, fun, and actually delicious. No bland diet food, no fancy gadgets, just real food that's picky kid and husband approved. Or perfect for weekly meal prep you'll actually look forward to eating on repeat all week. And every recipe is pre-logged in MyFitnessPal for easy tracking. Before we dive in, don't forget to grab our free Ultimate 10 ebook with our top 10 viral recipes that broke the internet at fitfoodiechicks.com/ebook. And if you want full access to our monthly meal planning recipe subscription with over 250 delicious recipes in our FFC app, plus a one-time free custom macro calculation and a personalized copy of our Fit Foodie Fat Loss Formula Guide, head to fitfoodiechicks.com/food. Now let's cook. So with our Boston Cream Pie Fonuts, we're gonna take a couple shortcuts. We are actually gonna use sweet dinner rolls as the base of our fonut. We're gonna make a creamy filling that's protein packed and then top it with chocolate. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is make the filling. So you're going to use an entire package, a 1 ounce package of sugar-free vanilla instant pudding mix. And we're going to whisk in 1 cup of ultra-filtered non-fat milk, so 240 milliliters. Perfect. So whisk that in. Now, since it's instant pudding, it's already gonna start to thicken right away. From here, we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. 128 grams. Perfect. And here's a little tip. If you smooth out the top of your Greek yogurt before you put the lid back on and put it in the fridge, you won't get that liquidy separation on the top. Also going to whisk in 30 grams of vanilla protein powder. You probably want to do that before it gets too thick, so it's easier to combine. And you don't make a mess like I just did. No harm, no foul. The last thing we're adding is 2 ounces of sugar-free whipped topping. Make sure it's thawed. And our cream filling is ready to go. Now we're just gonna pop this in the fridge to keep it chilled while we prepare the fonut base with the sweet dinner rolls. First, I gotta give it a little taste. Yum. Okay, so to prepare the rolls for filling, we're just going to get a little messy. We're gonna get a little hands-on. So you're gonna take each roll, and I'm using King's Hawaiian sweet rolls. You just wanna get any kind of sweet dinner roll. Honestly, even a non-sweet dinner roll would work fine because there's a lot of sweet in the filling and there's gonna be chocolate on top. You just wanna make sure they're about 90 calories each. So we're gonna take each roll, and from the top, you're gonna stick your finger in to create a well to fill. So just make sure you don't poke all the way through, and you can kind of move it around to open up the center of the roll, and that's where we're gonna put the cream filling. So just do that with every roll. Hawaiian dinner rolls always remind me of my dad. He loved Hawaiian bread, and back in the 80s, they didn't have dinner rolls, so we would just buy the big loaf of Hawaiian bread. And something weird that he always did, but now I still find myself doing whenever I eat it, is he would take the bread and he would squish it up so it was a tight little ball. And for some reason, that made it taste better. we would also eat the Hawaiian bread with lots and lots of real butter. So the beauty of Fit Foodie Chicks is I'm still able to enjoy some of those nostalgic treats from my childhood, but in a whole new way, in a way that's lower calorie, higher in protein, and just helps me reach my health and fitness goals. My dad actually passed away when I was just 16 years old. It was a month before my 17th birthday. So that's kind of become my why for my own personal health and fitness journey, and also for my family's legacy. As soon as my dad died, I really decided that it was time to take control of my own health and change the trajectory of generations to come. My dad didn't know any better. My dad was diabetic, he had heart problems, and just really didn't take care of himself very well. And I refused to let that continue being the cycle in my family. So ever since I was 16, almost 17, I actually started weightlifting. I had no idea what I was doing. There's some funny pictures of me weightlifting in a gym in California with wedge sandals on and jean shorts. Also, the first diet I ever did was a zero fat diet. No fat at all, zero fat in your diet. Clearly that's not sustainable or healthy. Now I know better. Okay, so all the rolls now have space for the cream filling. We're gonna take the cream filling and we're gonna put it into a pastry bag, or if you don't have a pastry bag, you can just use a zip seal bag and trim off the edge. Trim off just a little corner. So we're gonna fill the bag with filling. Try not to make a mess. You may need to do this in 2 batches because this is a small bag. I never said I was a pastry chef. In fact, usually any recipes that require baking are the ones I end up having to redo like 3 times because I am not a baker, I am a cook. This fonut recipe does not require any actual baking. All right, we're gonna start there. So you're going to pinch the top so it doesn't come out the top. Make sure it's coming out here. And you're going to fill generously every roll with filling until it just starts to come out the top. Don't be afraid, just get that pastry bag all the way down in there and really fill it. That one's coming out the side. Maybe you should be afraid. Okay, we're coming to the last few rolls, so I'm gonna fill this up with the rest of the filling so we make sure to get all of it in there. I'm gonna make a mess, no matter what I do at this point. And that's okay. Like I tell my son, if you're not making a mess, you're not having fun. Or maybe he told me that. Either way, I think it's true. All right, let's fill these up. All right, I really want you to make sure they are full so you get all that filling in there. And even, like I said, even if they're coming out the top a little bit, that's okay. We're gonna cover the tops with our chocolate ganache. Okay, the fonuts are filled. Now we need to make the chocolate topping. I have 2/3 of a cup or 112 grams of sugar-free chocolate chips. Now we're gonna take 6 tablespoons or 90 milliliters of that ultra-filtered fat-free milk and put it in a small saucepan. Okay, now we're gonna place this over medium heat for 3 to 5 minutes, stirring pretty much constantly until little bubbles form around the edge. You do not want it to actually come to a boil. As soon as you see those little bubbles, take it off. Okay, it's steaming hot, the little bubbles have formed, and you're just gonna pour this hot milk over your chocolate chips. Let that sit for just a minute to melt the chocolate chips, and you're gonna whisk it together to create a ganache. Okay, you should have a nice, shiny, liquidy chocolate ganache to now dip your fonuts into for the chocolate topping. Now here's the fun part. We're gonna dip these in top side down into the ganache and then place them back on the tray, or you can place them on a plate. Be generous here. Get a lot of that chocolate on there. These are gonna set up in the fridge. The chocolate's gonna set. And they are going to be delicious Boston Cream Pie Fonuts. I'm feeding these to my family. So clearly I'm licking my fingers and touching the Fonuts. If you are feeding them to friends or guests, you probably shouldn't do that. Be generous with that chocolate topping. There's enough here for all of them. Use it all. I think I could have been a little more generous with the first few. So I'm gonna give them a double dip. Use all that chocolate. I think that's better. Okay. I'm gonna put these on a plate and then let them sit in the fridge for 5 to 10 minutes so the chocolate ganache can set and then we can enjoy. Want this recipe sent straight to your inbox for free? Just head to the link in the description or the pinned comment of this video and we will send it over. Want this recipe and over 250 more just like it? Grab them all in our app with the monthly meal plan recipe subscription at fitfoodiechicks.com/food. And don't forget to grab your free Ultimate 10 ebook with our top 10 viral breakfast, lunch, treat, and snack recipes that broke the internet. Get it at fitfoodiechicks.com/ebook or in the link in our bio or the description of this video. Now let's eat. Oh, the chocolate on my nose.